Imagine you got into a portal leading to the multiverse. It's like a trip from one world to another. You'll have to solve completely different, random, strange, and psychedelic riddles. Listen carefully, and you'll solve them all. One prisoner has been in a dungeon for many years. His room is small, dirty, and cold. There's a table with delicious food on it in the next room, behind the iron door. Somebody brings new food every week. The door leading to this room is about several inches thick. During all these years, the prisoner somehow manages to get into that room and enjoy delicious food. How does he do it? No one mentioned the door to that room was locked. A lonely wanderer passes through the sands of the Sahara. He notices the outlines of an ancient temple in the distance. Food and water are inside this building. He's approaching the building, but a huge sphinx appears in front of the entrance. It tells the wanderer that the way inside the temple is only allowed to those who can solve the riddle. Tell me, wanderer, you have 3 body parts that begin and end with the same letter. Name them, and I'll let you through, the sphinx says. The eye, says the wanderer. Without thinking twice, he names the second body part. It's the throat. Time passes. He still can't name the third body part. The sphinx demands an immediate response. What should the wanderer answer? It's the second eye. An old sailor picked up a treasure chest from the seabed. As soon as he takes 1 gold coin from there, a pirate appears in front of him. "How dare you touch my treasures?" the pirate says. "You're doomed to spend half your life at sea and the other half on land." The sailor is old and he doesn't know how much time he has left to live. How can he spend half of his remaining life in the water? He can do it if he spends 1 day at sea and the other day on land. You're out of luck. You find yourself on a small island during the battle of 2 phoenixes. There's fire everywhere. You run away towards the shore to the opposite part of the island. It's covered with dry grass. The wind drives the flame in your direction. You can't hide in the water because the kraken is over there. How will you escape from the fire? You need to move away from the shore in the direction of the approaching flame and set the grass on fire. The wind will spread the fire you started towards the sea. The main fire has not reached you yet. You're standing on the site between 2 fires going in one direction. As soon as the small fire reaches the sea and goes out, you come to the shore and wait for the main fire. It won't reach you because there's nothing left to burn. You've spent several days in the jungle in search of an ancient artifact. You have a spear, a bottle of water, and a flashlight. You climb a hill and look at the rainforest. You hear the sound of crunching branches from below. You notice a lion. What will you do? Use a spear? Scream to scare away the animal? Or should you give it some water? Make up your mind. Time's running out. You've noticed the lion, but who said the lion had noticed you? Just wait for it to leave. An old man is sitting in the hall among young students. He can hardly see the teacher who entered the hall. The teacher carefully looks at all the students and informs them that there's just 1 question they have to answer to pass the exam. He takes a shiny billiard ball out of his briefcase and puts it on the table. Prove that this ball doesn't exist, the teacher says. The exam ends in a few hours. All students write their answers on a piece of paper, and almost all of them get a bad grade. In the end, the old man with poor eyesight approaches the teacher. He gives him a paper with only 2 words on it. The teacher gives the old man the highest score. What was written on his sheet of paper? Which ball? The old man wrote. Now you're in a dark dungeon. You're looking for a werewolf to defeat it. At this point, your torch goes out. You hear a growl behind you. It's scared. "I'm sorry, Mr. Werewolf," you say, and rush to the exit as fast as you can. You run out of the dungeon and find yourself in a field. 3 paths are in front of you. A pit with snakes, a road with scorpions, and a poisonous lake. What will you choose? Can you see a hat on the water in the right part of the lake? This means that the lake is frozen. Just run on it. As soon as you cross the lake, you see a little puppy coming out of the dungeon. It barks at you and runs back into the dungeon. You're in an old tavern. Robbers, wizards, and pirates are all around you. The young magician puts a small box on the table and says, "There are 3 cents in here, but only 2 coins. One of them is not 1 cent. How can this be possible?" What coins are inside the box? One coin is 2 cents, and the other one is a 1 cent coin. The magician said that only one of the 2 cents is not a 1 cent coin. You're walking through a dark forest and notice a door. It's just standing there by itself. You open it, take a step, and you find yourself in a wonderful pink world. There are pink rivers and pink trees there. You see a 1-story pink house and go inside. All the furniture is pink. A meowing pink cat is walking around. You walk down the corridor to the stairs leading to the 2nd floor. What color is this staircase? There are no stairs in the house. It's a 1-story building, remember? You and hundreds of other farmers roam the desert. You've lost your crops because of drought. There is almost no water. You go towards the sea to start a new life, but at this moment, clouds are accumulating over the whole plain. Lightning flashes in the black sky. A heavy downpour falls on the ground. All the people are screaming with joy and dancing in the rain. After a few seconds, you get soaked to the skin and freeze. You look around at the crowd of soaked people and notice one man among them. Despite the downpour, not a single hair on his head got wet. How is this possible? The man is bald. You wake up inside an airplane because of a loud engine. You don't remember how you got here and don't know what's going on. You get up from your chair and find no other people on the plane. You walk forward, look into the cockpit, and oh no, the pilots are not there. You look around in search of a parachute, but don't find anything. You look out the window and decide to take a desperate step. You open the emergency exit and jump out of the plane. You land on the asphalt unharmed. How is this possible? The plane wasn't flying anywhere. It was standing still on the ground. You're driving a car nervously looking in the rearview mirror. No one seems to be following you. The stars and the moon are not visible because of the clouds. The road seems empty. You're driving with your headlights off. No one should notice you. At this moment, an old woman dressed in a black suit crosses the road. The moon is not shining. The headlights are off. She is dressed in black. Despite all these factors, you slow down, stop the car, and let the old lady cross the road. How did you notice her? No one said it happened at night. You were driving in the afternoon. You're climbing to the top of the highest mountain on the planet Flycilium. You're the first person in history who manages to do this. Once you reach the top, you will receive a cash prize from the Galactic Tourism Federation. The whole planet is covered with snow and ice. It's very cold, dry, and lifeless here. The only place with green grass and warm air is the peak where you're heading now. Exhausted, you finally reach your goal and fall to the ground. However, the Galactic Tourism Federation refuses to pay you. Why is that? Did you notice shoe marks on the grass? It means that someone was here before you. A girl walks into an old antique store. Her mouth is covered with duct tape, but she's okay with it. She approaches the seller and tries to tell them what she needs using gestures. She sticks her finger in her left ear and puts her fist to the right ear. Then she starts rotating her fist. The seller understands the girl wants to buy a pencil sharpener. She pays and leaves. Then, a man with a blindfold enters the store. He wants to buy scissors. How should he explain this to the seller? He can just say it. He has a blindfold over his eyes, not over his mouth. And we're done with riddles. Now it's time to go back to your universe. While you're flying there through space and time, let's count the number of your correct answers. 0 to 3 points. Don't get upset, at least you tried. You'll do better next time. 4 to 8 points. Not so bad, but not great either. These were not the easiest riddles. 9 to 11 points. It's good, but you could have done better. If you pay more attention to what the riddles say, you'll understand what the catch is. 12 to 14 points. It's difficult to take you by surprise. You can find the right solution in any strange situation. 15 points. You're an absolute winner. If you have managed to solve all 15 riddles, you're a real champion of attentiveness and resourcefulness. Okay, this is a joke. There were only 14 riddles in this video. It's a cold night. Dark city streets, lights of driving cars, sounds of sirens, loud voices, chilly air, wet asphalt. Are you ready to get rid of the crime in this city? Then remember to count your correct answers. November 4th, 2021. It's been raining for 3 days, but even this is not enough to wash away all the dirt of the city. For several hours, Detective Sadfist had been sitting in his car near the house of a Hollywood star. The detective is sure that someone is going to rob her house. The actress doesn't believe in this. In the distance, he sees a tall man in a hat. He approaches the door and knocks. The actress opens the door and greets the stranger. "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was my house," he says. "It has a very similar design." The actress closes the door and the stranger leaves. The detective gets out of the car and arrests him because the man is a thief. Why is the detective so sure about this? If the stranger had really thought it was his house, he wouldn't have knocked on the door. He'd have tried to open it with a key. The detective takes the thief to the station. The rain is finally over. It promises to be a long night, so the detective goes to buy a coffee. At this moment, the radio reports an arson to the south of the central square. No time for coffee. Sadfist hits the gas pedal and drives to the place. He notices the flames from afar. 2 houses are burning. The detective notices several more police cars. A police officer tells him that one house belongs to a rich businessman. There's a lot of money inside. The owner of the second house is a poor artist. His paintings are burning now. Which house will the detective go to first to put out the fire? He's not a firefighter, so he won't approach either house. After watching the flames for a while, Detective Sadfist gets into his car and realizes he can't take it anymore. He needs some sleep. He doesn't want to go home because his house reminds him of her, and he doesn't need those memories at the moment. He decides to rent a hotel room. The detective asks the hotel administrator to wake him up at 7 a.m. "Of course," the man says, "but don't forget to call me first. Then I'll come to wake you up. One call will be enough." What does the detective need to do to make the lazy guy wake him up? He can set an auto call for 6:50 a.m. The detective enters the room and falls on the bed. At this moment, the door starts opening slowly. The faces of people he has thrown into jail appear out of the darkness. The detective sits up on the bed and the door slams shut. At first, Sadfist doesn't understand what just happened, but then he lets out a sigh of relief. It was just a nightmare. How has he figured it out? It's already light outside. It was dark when the detective checked into the hotel. That means he was asleep. A new day, a new case. The detective is going to the countryside. A girl has disappeared there. Sadfist intends to find her. He stops his car near 3 houses. They're located on the ocean beach. 3 roads lead to the houses. Sharp rocks and shards of glass cover the first road. The second road is swarming with snakes. Lava is boiling on the third road. Which path should the detective choose? The ocean will soon cool the lava and turn it into stone. The detective follows the third path. He enters the house and finds the missing girl there. She confesses that she stayed late at a party, and her mother was so worried that she called the police. Detective Sadfist arrives at an office building in the center of the city. He goes up to the top floor. Here, a rich banker is lying unconscious. Someone hit him on the head and stole important documents from his safe. There's a tape recorder on the banker's desk. The detective turns it on. The banker's voice comes from the microphone. "My nephew. He called me a few minutes ago and said he would break into my office and take my documents. I don't know what to do. If something happens to me, you should know. My nephew Michael is to blame. Oh no, I think I heard the elevator doors open. I think it's him. He's here." The recording ends. "We must find his nephew," one of the police officers says. "I don't think so. The nephew has done nothing wrong. The man just wanted to frame him," Sadfist answers. How did the detective figure that out? Someone rewound the tape in the recorder to the very beginning. It's unlikely that the nephew did it. He'd get rid of the recorder. The detective leaves the office, gets into the elevator, and meets an old concierge. They go down very slowly. The concierge looks attentively at the buttons. The detective asks him what's the matter. The concierge answers that 5 people live on the 35th floor. 3 live on the 20th floor. 4 people live on the 7th floor. And 7 people live on all other floors. The building has 40 floors in total. The concierge asks, which elevator button is pressed most often? What do you think? The answer is the first floor button. It's pressed by every resident. The detective gets into the car and drives to a cafe. He hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. He orders an omelet and opens a newspaper. There's a riddle on the front page. In the winter, a guy went to a nearby village to meet with his friends. He knew he needed to go through a forest, a small field, then a forest again, and only after that would he reach his goal. The guy started his journey. He went through the forest, the field, another forest. But then, he saw a big river. How can he cross it? The detective grins because he knows the answer. And what about you? It was winter. The river was frozen. A waiter approaches Sadfist and puts his omelet with coffee on the table. The detective eats, then calmly gets up from the table and heads to the kitchen. There, he meets a masked robber. The detective arrests him. How did he know there was a criminal in the kitchen? Rob in kitchen was written on the coffee mug. The robber is detained by other police officers, and Sadfist goes back to his car. He has a new case. He arrives at an antique store. Some swindler has deceived the store owner and sold him a fake coin. The coin has a date on it, 175 BCE. It looks old. The analysis has shown that the coin is ancient. The store owner says he thought it was really made before the current era. How did he eventually understand the coin was a fake? People who lived before our era couldn't write BCE on their coins. Sadfist leaves the store. Oh no, his shoes are torn. The detective gets into his car and goes to a shoe store. He parks, gets out of his car, and he sees 3 stores. The best shoes in the city, the sign on the first building claims. The best shoes in the world is written on the second building, but the inscription on the third store is the best. Detective Sadfist smiles and goes there. What's written on the third store? The best shoes on the street. After doing some shopping, Sadfist drives down the street and sees a group of suspicious people standing next to a building under construction. The detective stops the car. People notice him and run away in the other direction. The detective runs after them. It seems they've managed to escape, but Sadfist doesn't think so. He calls for backup and tells the police he's caught a gang of hooligans. They're all hiding in a transformer box. How did the detective know that? After all, he lost sight of the hooligans at some point. The hooligans ran on uncured concrete and left footprints leading to the transformer box. Oh no! Now, Sadfist's new shoes are stained with wet concrete. The detective gets into the car and goes to the laundry. There he meets the owner, who finds out about another crime. The owner claims that someone has taken a huge amount of money from his safe. But the detective realizes that there was no thief. The owner stole the money himself to get compensation from the insurance company. Sadfist has noticed this laundry gets robbed too often, but the owner hasn't changed the locks or strengthened security yet. But how can the detective prove the money hasn't been stolen? There are banknotes in that washing machine over there. That's where the owner hid the money. Tired, the detective returns home. His apartment is a mess. Since she left him, the house has turned into a dump. A mouse squeaks somewhere in the room. Inspect the apartment and help Sadfist catch the rodent. See that box with a hole? It looks like the mouse has chewed through it. Sadfist catches the tiny animal, but does nothing to it. He decides it will be his pet. The detective's mood is as bad as it always is. But maybe checking your score will cheer him up. 0 to 3 points. Detective Sadfist has only gotten sadder because you haven't helped him much in his investigation. 4 to 7 points. Not bad for an ordinary private detective, but it's unsatisfactory for Sadfist, the best detective in the city. Next time, try to be more attentive. 8 to 10 points. Well, it's better, but still not good enough. It's like having eaten a burger and still feeling a little hungry. 11 to 14 points. Today, the city can sleep peacefully. You've helped the detective in almost all cases. He deserves his long-awaited rest. And you do too.
Hey, screamers and full-time trick-or-treaters! I have the ultimate horror movie challenge for you. I'll give you some random information about the plots of the movies and shows. And you will have to guess their names. Now grab your quill and grimoire to write down your scores. Give yourself a candy point if you know the answer, and a slap on the face. No point if you don't. Let's begin. In this movie, the main characters and their kids are accompanied by 4 singing busts while searching for the mausoleum. Can you tell me which movie this is? And here's a hint. It has the word haunted in it. It's Disney's The Haunted Mansion, which was released in 2003. You can also find the ride attraction of this movie at Disneyland. And actually, the movie is based on the ride and not the other way around. In this movie, the neighbor of the main character scares children away from his front yard and confiscates their belongings. Do you know its name? It's the 2006 animated movie Monster House. One of its screenwriters received a letter about how this movie is nightmare-inducing. Well, you'll have to watch and decide for yourself if you haven't yet. In this movie, the main character travels into a world where all the creatures have buttons instead of eyes. Which movie is this character from? It's the 2009 stop-motion movie Coraline, which was based on the Neil Gaiman book of the same name. If you haven't watched it yet, here's some advice. Don't be tricked by it being an animation. Think twice before watching it with any kids around, because I guarantee that it'll give you the heebie-jeebies. In this movie, a zombie falls in love with a living human girl and does everything he can to protect her. Do you know it? It's Warm Bodies, which was released in 2013 and based on a novel. By the way, it's also a romantic comedy movie, so you can watch it on Valentine's Day too. It's a win-win for partners with different film tastes, am I right? In this movie, David Bowie steals a baby. Do you know the name of it? This movie is called Labyrinth, and it was released in 1986. Since it's an old one, don't beat yourself up if you don't know it. But David Bowie sings with puppets in it, so it's a good fit for the pumpkin season. This one is not a movie. It's a mini-series, and in it, one of the characters wears a teapot on his head and has a pet frog. Do you know its name? It's Over the Garden Wall. This 10-episode animated show aired in 2014, but it quickly became a classic. This movie's antagonist is a bioexorcist, and his name consists of two words, a bug and a drink. Can you guess the movie? It's Tim Burton's 1988 movie, Beetlejuice. Here's some great news for its fans. Earlier this year, it was announced that there's going to be a sequel to it. This movie is about a vampire who returns to his ancestral home after being imprisoned for almost 200 years, only to find out his dysfunctional descendants need his help. Do you know its name? Another movie by the Gothic director Tim Burton. This one is called Dark Shadows, and it was actually based on a television soap opera of the same name. In this movie, a boy has to lift a 300-year-old witch's curse to save his town, despite the fact that everyone in it thinks he's crazy. Can you tell me what this movie is? It's the 2012 animated stop-motion movie Paranorman, which is actually produced by the same company that made Coraline. In this movie, a boy is turned into a mouse by the leader of a witch coven. Do you know its name? This movie, which is based on a Roald Dahl novel, is called The Witches, and it actually has two versions. The first one was made in 1990, and the second one was made in 2020. Since I'm feeling generous, you can give yourself an extra point if you knew this information. In this movie, a boy must tell scary stories to a witch every night in order to survive. Can you guess its name? It's the 2021 movie called Night Books. In this movie, monsters, which are actually characters from books, come to life, and the author of the books must stop them with the help of a few teenagers before they wreak havoc upon their town. Can you tell me its name? It's the 2015 movie Goosebumps, which is based on the horror book series of the same name, written by Robert Lawrence Stein. So you've made it to question number 13. It's time to take things up a notch on the scary meter then. In this movie, a group of counselors try to reopen an abandoned summer camp with a grim past. Tell me its name. Come on, I know you know this. It's nothing other than the 1980 movie Friday the 13th, of course. You know what the funny thing is? The Friday the 13th franchise actually consists of 12 movies as of today. This movie follows a young pregnant woman with peculiar neighbors, whom she thinks have sinister intentions for her baby. Do you know the name of it? Psychological horror, everyone? It's the 1968 movie Rosemary's Baby. The movie which its producers thought to be cursed due to some tragic events that took place while filming it. In this movie, after hearing some unfortunate news, a woman and her family begin to discover terrifying secrets about their ancestry. Vague much? But you can tell me its name if you're a true horror fan. It's the 2018 movie Hereditary. By the way, did you know that its director pitched this movie as a family drama? Talk about marketing skills, am I right? Do you think your life is more like work hard, play hard, or like all work and no play? If your answer is the latter, then which movie's antagonists feel the same way as you? The movie that uses the all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy proverb is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which was based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. If you were a character in this movie, you would have to live in complete silence to be able to survive. Can you name the movie? It's the 2018 post-apocalyptic movie A Quiet Place, with a sequel released in 2021. Shh. In this movie, a group of losers have to destroy a shape-shifting sewer monster. What movie is it? It's the 2017 movie It. Just like The Shining, this one is also a Stephen King novel adaptation. Here's another mini-series question for you. This one is about 5 siblings who eventually have to flee the house they were trying to renovate. Do you know which series this is? This 10-episode miniseries is The Haunting of Hill House, and it's actually the first installment of the Haunting Anthology series. How about we end things on a higher note, so that you'll still be able to sleep in the dark? In this last movie, there's a giant plant that sings to be fed. Do you know it? It's Little Shop of Horrors, which was adapted by an off-Broadway musical, which itself was adapted by the 1960 movie of the same name. Now, let's see how well you did. If you have 0 to 5 candy points, you're a ghost, because nobody can see you anywhere near the movie theater. If you have 6 to 10 candy points, you're a zombie, because you're slow when it comes to catching up with movies. If you have 11 to 15 candy points, you're a werewolf who once in a while misses a movie due to nights with the full moon. If you have 16 to 21 candy points with an extra point included, you're a vampire who drinks every movie in. So, you think you're the biggest Stranger Things fan? Let's test that. Grab a pen and paper to count how many correct answers you have by the end. If you're ready, here we go to the Upside Down. Let's start with a couple of Demodog level questions, and by that I mean easy ones. Which state is the town of Hawkins in? A. Arizona. B. Indiana. C. Maine. D. North Carolina. Hawkins is in Indiana, but you know, it's a fictional town, right? So cancel your tour plans. From where did Max move to Hawkins? A. Texas. B. Florida. C. Nevada. D. California. The correct answer is D. What was the name of Dustin's Demodog? A. Athos. B. Porthos. C. Aramis. D. D'Artagnan. Though it was not so heroic as this fourth musketeer, its name was D'Artagnan. What song reminds Jonathan of Will? A. Running Up That Hill. B. Should I Stay or Should I Go? C. You Spin Me Round Like a Record. D. Never Ending Story. The answer is B. Admit it, you've been listening to it on repeat after watching Season 1, right? Speaking of songs, what Metallica song does Eddie play while he's in the Upside Down? A. Welcome Home, Sanitarium. B. Enter Sandman. C. Master of Puppets. D. The Unforgiven. Eddie plays Master of Puppets during that yet another iconic scene from the show. What is Eleven's real name? A. Jean. B. Joan. C. Jane. D. June. Give yourself a point if your answer was Jane. Now let's move on to Demogorgon level questions. What's the name of the restaurant where Hopper invited Joyce for a date? A. Enzo's. B. Carlos. C. Roberto's. D. Yuri's. The correct answer is A. If only Joyce could have made it there that day, we could have had our Jopper dreams come true earlier. What's the name of the ice cream parlor that Steve and Robin work at during season 3? A. Scoops Ahoy. B. Starcourt Scoops. C. Yo-Ho Scoops. D. Sailor's Scoops. All hands on deck, Scoops Ahoy, people! Erica's here to try the peanut butter chocolate swirl. We know you love Steve. Who doesn't? But do you remember which hair product he uses to achieve his gorgeous hairstyle? A. Farrah Fawcett Hairspray. B. Rave Hairspray. C. Aquanet Hairspray. D. Wella Balsam. You do 4 puffs of the Farrah Fawcett spray? Steve says. Seems like that worked for Dustin to get the girl. What do you say? Speaking of characters we love, how about characters we love to dislike? Do you remember what Billy did to earn some cash during season 3? A. He cleaned pools. B. He repaired cars. C. He was a lifeguard. D. He was a bartender. Billy was a lifeguard at the Hawkins Community Pool. Remember Holly? Then tell me who she is. A. One of Dustin's cats. B. Nancy and Mike's sister. C. Former editor of the school newspaper. D. Robin's crush. The correct answer is B. Yep, Nancy and Mike have a younger sister, but don't worry, you're not alone. Everyone keeps forgetting about her. In which game did Max beat Dustin's highest score record? A. Dig Dug. B. Dragon's Lair. C. Donkey Kong. D. Pac-Man. Get out of the way, Dustin. Mad Max comes first at Dig Dug now. Are you ready to answer some spider monster level questions? Who founded the Hawkins Middle AV Club? A. Murray Bowman. B. Scott Clark. C. Bob Newby. D. Sam Owens. Bob Newby, Joyce's boyfriend in season 2, is the one. For which class did Susie change Dustin's grade? A. Latin. B. Math. C. Social studies. D. History. Dustin got a D- for Latin, so the correct answer is A. What is Vecna's real name? A. Henry Creel. B. Harry Crawley. C. Harrison Clark. D. Hector Carden. Vecna, aka 001's real name is Henry Creel. What's the name of the pizza shop that Argyle is working at? A. Dive-In Pizza. B. Surfer Boy Pizza. C. Fresh and Hot Pizza. D. Ocean Breeze Pizza.
everything is fresh except for the pineapples at Surfer Boy Pizza. So, the correct answer is B. How many inches did Hopper want 11 to keep the door open? A. 3. B. 5. C. 7. D. 4. The correct answer is 3 inches. What's the name of the trailer park where Max and her mom live? A. Hawkins Lake Trailer Park. B. Crimson Woods Trailer Park. C. Forest Hills Trailer Park. D. Chestnut Road Trailer Park. They live in Forest Hills Trailer Park. Well, maybe not anymore, since the place is a crime scene and a gate to the Upside Down now. Here come the Mind Flayer level questions. What was the first place 11 went after she escaped? A. Mike's basement. B. Hopper's cabin. C. Benny's Burgers. D. Castle Byers. The correct answer is C. What is the name of 11's mother? A. Tammy Thompson. B. Terry Ives. C. Callie Prasad. D. Laura Cunningham. Eleven's mother's name is Teresa Terry Ives, so you get a point if your answer was B. What's the name of the Hawkins High newspaper? A. Hawkins High Weekly. B. Tigers Weekly. C. The Weekly Streak. D. The Weekly Trace. The Weekly Streak is the name of the newspaper that makes Nancy's being an editor's dreams come true. Which school did Jonathan get accepted to? A. California State University. B. Lenora Hills Community College. C. Mount San Antonio College. D. Long Beach City College. Let's hope all goes well for Nancy and Jonathan when he tells her that he got accepted to Lenora Hills Community College. What is the number on Lucas's basketball jersey? A. 10. B. 13. C. 23. D. 8. The correct answer is 8. And did you know that the actor picked this number as an homage to the late Kobe Bryant? What's the name of Susie's older sister? A. Eden. B. Mary. C. Rachel. D. Eve. Surely Argyle would know. Her name is Eden. What color are the socks that Mike buys at the skating rink? A. Puke yellow. B. Vomit green. C. Mud brown. D. Slime lime. He asked for vomit green and he got vomit green. Dare to move to Vecna level questions? You're a courageous one. What are the race and class of Erica's Dungeons & Dragons character? A. Tiefling Bard. B. Gnome Druid. C. Half-Orc Cleric. D. Half-Elf Rogue. Her character is a level 14 Chaotic Good Half-Elf Rogue. That's one experienced player if you ask me. What's the name of Eddie's band? A. Grave Zone. B. Cursed Tomb. C. Corroded Coffin. D. Rusty Blade. Just as Chrissy said, with a name like that, how could we forget? The correct answer is C. Corroded Coffin. Whose favorite Halloween candy is Reese's Pieces? A. Mike's.
B. Will's. C. Lucas's. D. Dustin's. It's Will's favorite Halloween candy. Good choice, man. How did the kids introduce 11 to Mr. Clark when they encountered him at the school hall before Will's assembly in the gymnasium? A. Mike's second cousin Eleanor is from Sweden. B. Dustin's friend from the summer camp in Sweden. C. Will's second cousin Elaine from Canada. D. Lucas's friend from the summer camp in Canada. The correct answer is A. Good thing Mr. Clark bought it. What's the name of Will and Jonathan's father's girlfriend? A. Cynthia. B. Cindy. C. Sally. D. Sandra. It's Cynthia. Kudos if you remembered that. So, let's see how well you did, and remember, friends don't lie, so be honest about your results. If you have 1 to 6 correct answers, did you even watch the show? If you have 7 to 13 correct answers, you are probably looking at your phone, right? If you have 14 to 20 correct answers, pat yourself on the back for paying attention. If you have 21 to 27 correct answers, it's fair to say you have a good memory. If you have 28 to 30 correct answers, we kneel before you, Dungeon Master. Do you know what to do if you're being followed? Take our quiz on safety tips to see how well you're prepared. You're taking the quiet, empty street home after a long day at work. Suddenly, you hear footsteps behind you. You turn into another street, but the footsteps are still following you. What should you do? No worries, I got you. First off, you gotta make sure the person is really following you and not just going home in the same direction. How are you gonna do it? There can be more than one correct answer here. A. Try walking a bit faster to check if they're trying to catch up with you. B. Casually stop, pretending you're looking for something in your pocket, or have a shoelace to tie. C. Stop abruptly and ask the person, "Why are you following me?" D. Try to make a couple of turns to get to your starting position. If the person circles the area with you, they must be after you. Options A, B, and D are correct. And, of course, you shouldn't confront whoever's following you. So, it's obvious that the stranger is following you. Don't panic. You'll need a sharp mind to lose them. And this group of people over there might help you. What should you do now? A. Yell help as loud as you can and run to them. B. Approach them and ask them to walk you home. C. Pretend that you know them. Say hey as they're walking past you and explain the situation and ask them to walk you to a public area from where you can get a taxi or go home to ask your friends to pick you up. D. All of the above options are okay. The only correct answer here is C. It's too dangerous to scream in an empty street before you reach the people or show the stalker where you live. They might come back the next day. Now, imagine the street is absolutely empty and you have no one to ask for help. It means you gotta move to a busy street as soon as possible. What should you not do on your way there? There are 2 correct answers here. A. If you're wearing a hoodie, tuck the hood into your sweater to hide it. B. Let your hair down if you wear it in a ponytail or bun. C. Take your phone and pretend you're texting someone or browsing the internet. D. Pat your pockets, pretending you've lost your wallet. E. Start walking fast in the direction of your stalker. The 2 correct answers here are C and E. You shouldn't take your phone out because the light on the screen will make it harder for your eyes to adjust to the dark. Looking through your phone will also slow you down. You should walk in the opposite direction of your stalker, of course. As for A and B, it'll be harder for your followers to grab your entire set of hair or pull your clothes if they have nothing to hold on to.
While walking in the direction of a busy street, pay attention to every detail around you. Notice the street name and house numbers, and remember the stores and buildings around you. You might need this later, but what should you do about the person following you? A. Don't look at them at all. It's dangerous. B. Avoid eye contact by all means. C. Try to seem as small as you can and keep your chin down to show how scared you are. D. Turn around and look at your follower and remember every detail about them, their clothes, eye color, height, and approximate age. The correct answer here is D, of course. You need to study the follower in detail to be able to give an accurate description of them later. Establishing eye contact will send them the "I see you" message. Your confidence will make them really uncomfortable and probably even make them reconsider their plans. Going after someone who has their head up takes a lot of courage, and pursuers aren't usually that brave. Okay, not to freak you out or anything, but what if that creepy person approaches you and asks for something? What should you do in this case? There will be more than one correct answer here. A. Keep consistent eye contact. B. Engage in a conversation with them. If they ask you how to get somewhere, explain it in every detail. C. If you're carrying books or shopping bags, be ready to drop them as soon as you feel something's off. D. Don't stay quiet. Make a fuss as you try to leave and yell "fire" instead of "help." Okay, here all the answers except for B are correct. You should just briefly say "I don't know" to whatever question they ask you. And about that fire thing, people react to that word more often than a call for general help. For extra safety, get your keys out and place them in your palm with the key's teeth sticking out through your fist. If worse comes to worst, you'll have something pointy to defend yourself with so you can get away. When you manage to escape from your stalker, get your phone out and call the police. Now you'll need all those details about your whereabouts and the person following you. What if you notice someone following you in public? They stop at every store you go to, pretend to check the phone every time you do the same, and follow you step by step. What should you do then? There will be more than one correct answer here. A. If your jacket is of a different color from your shirt, take your coat off. The follower might lose you in the crowd. B. Walk into a restaurant or coffee shop, head straight to the bathroom and stay there for 5 to 10 minutes. Your follower might just leave. C. Start screaming to draw everyone's attention. Let them all panic. D. Get in the line, order something, and casually let one of the staff members know someone is following you. Panic has never helped anyone, so C is the only wrong answer here. You should just inform the staff there's a problem and let them keep an eye out for you. Then, you sit down with your order and message your friends or family that you need them to come and take you home or keep you company. Let's imagine a different scenario. Someone might be following you by car. You slow down and they slow down. You turn right and they follow you. You speed up and they do the same. But still, you gotta be sure they're after you. How will you do it? A. Stop abruptly while passing by the traffic lights. B. Roll down your window and scream "help." C. Drive home immediately. If the car follows you, it's clearly not a coincidence. D. Make 3 right turns around the block. The correct answer here is D. A won't work out because you don't want to get into an accident, do you? B is just a bit silly. And C is a big no-no. You should never let the pursuer know where you live. Even if you get inside safely today, they might wait for you there the following day. D makes sense because no one will aimlessly go in circles around the neighborhood for no reason. Okay, so unfortunately, you're now 100% sure you've got unwanted company. What will you do next? There will be 2 correct answers here. A. Don't let them get you cornered. B. Drive to the busy roads. C. Try to establish contact with the pursuer. D. Stop moving and get out of the car.
A and B are what you should do. You always need to have some room for maneuvers, and it's easier to escape on a busy road. Don't let the pursuer know you're aware of them. They might distance themselves from you, and it will be more difficult for you to remember the important details about them. Don't get out of your vehicle, lock all the doors, and roll up the windows. If they're still following you, call the police using hands-free tech, drive into a car wash, and call from there, or drive directly to the nearest police station. So, if you answered at least 5 of the questions correctly, you're all good. You won't panic, as you know exactly what to do when someone is following you. If you had difficulty answering the questions, you might want to revise the safety tips from our videos.